What's going on, YouTube? Hello to my fellow NBA fans and especially to my fellow New York Knicks fans. Welcome to my video. And welcome to the second half of the NBA season for the New York Knicks. 37 games in, we are 19 and 18. Yes, you read that correctly, folks. We are above 500 at the All-Star break for the first time in God knows how long. It's certainly a great sight for sore eyes. And speaking of a great sight for sore eyes, look at the three players we've got featured on the front page of this website. IQ, RJ, and Randle. Exactly who I wanted to see. Now, he could have easily replaced IQ with Frank, and I wouldn't really have a problem with that. Or Mitchell Robinson, but he's hurt, so I understand that. But listen, this is exactly who I want to see featured. The three biggest pieces of our future, of our bright future of the Garden. You'll love to see it. So what I'm going to do in this video is go over the next 35 games that are left in this NBA season, kind of go game by game and call W's or L's based on my predictions, and eventually we'll come to whether or not I think that we will end up making the playoffs. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, I do understand that we've got, the 6th toughest schedule in the league after the All-Star break, and we're playing some really tough teams, contending teams that were a bit underwhelming before the All-Star break and that should come into their own. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to eke out a playoff berth, but I think if Julius Randle plays like Julius Randle, I think we have a shot at beating some of these unwinnable games. Alright, so tonight we face the Milwaukee Bucks. I think we're going to lose this game pretty handily. Giannis looks like he is rejuvenated. He had a real good old time at the All-Star game, won MVP, and I think he's going to have a really good run to end the season. So L against the Bucks, W against the Thunder. I'll say W against the Nets. I think we're going to win one game against this team. I don't think we're going to get swept in the season series. They're going to win it, obviously, but I don't think we're going to get swept. L against the Sixers, W against the Magic, L against the Sixers again. The Sixers are just a bad matchup for us inside, and we got nobody to guard Ben Simmons. W against the Wizards both times, so that's 2 in a row. That team is just not good. It just isn't good. Milwaukee Bucks again, and L. Miami Heat, I think they're going to come out and play much better basketball after the All-Star break, so I think this would be another L. Big fat W against the Wolves, the worst team in the league. Mavericks, I think we'll split the season series against the Mavs. I would say a W here against the Mavericks. Also, that's kind of wishful thinking on my part because I want the traitor, and you guys know who I'm talking about. I want the traitor to suffer. W against the Pistons, L against the Nets, L against the Celtics, W against the Grizzlies. Although this could be a game that we give up. L against the Raptors, who I think is another team along with the Heat and the Mavericks, who's going to play much better after the break. The Los Angeles Lakers. So I think we're going to drop this game, although I think there's a shot, especially if they're missing Anthony Davis. But the fact is, LeBron James teams always come back much better after the All-Star break. So I think we dropped this game. W against the Pelicans, L against the Mavs, W against the Pelicans again. W against the Hornets, although they're actually a really decent team, and we could lose this game, but I think we are just overall a better team. If it turns into a defensive game, which Tibbs will definitely plan that to be, I think we'll have the advantage there. W against the Hawks, just because I hate Trae Young. I don't hate him, but it's just, I hate watching him play. And I think we're better. The Hawks have been, in my opinion, the most disappointing team in the league so far. L against the Raptors, L against the Suns, W against the Bulls and the Rockets. I say an L against the Grizzlies here. L against the Nuggets, L. Clippers, big fat L. I think the Clippers, they're going to surprise people in the playoffs. People think about pandemic P and way off P, and I understand that, but I think they're extremely focused, more focused than last season. They're going to be, I think they need to make it to the finals. Hot take here. W against the Lakers, because at this point, it's going to be a few games before the playoffs start, and I think, listen, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, they're not going to risk getting hurt a few games before the playoffs. So that's a W for us. Against the Spurs, this could go either way, but I say we take the W here just because they're going to trade Aldridge at some point in the season. I would imagine if they are actually in the playoff, if they secure a playoff spot by this point, which is actually really debatable, I would say that we beat the Spurs because they'll probably sit DeRozan. If not, then we might lose, but I still say that this is a W. W against the Hornets, and then same thing here. Celtics are definitely going to make the playoffs, so I would say a W against the Celtics. Only because I think they're going to rest their best players. Alright, so I tried to be as objective as I possibly could while making these predictions. I don't think I was that unrealistic with any of the W's or the L's that I handed our team. I think I was being pretty fair and giving some good reasons. But let's tally it up and see exactly what the end of season record turns out to be. So if my quick maths are correct, the second half record for the New York Knicks will be 19-17, which added to our record currently of 19-18. It should bring us to 38 wins and 34 losses. Now, if you ask me, that in itself, playoffs or no playoffs, is a huge success. Nobody had us winning 30 games, all right, much less 38 games. Hell, people had us winning no more than 20 games, all right? So I think that would be a huge success if that happened to us. But the question is, will we make the playoffs? Now, if we're 4 games above 500, I think we should be good enough to secure a playoff spot. But as it is right now, look at the teams that are on our asses. You got the Hornets, the Raptors, the Bulls, you got the Pacers, the Atlanta Hawks. They could play much better. The Wizards, they could surprisingly go on a run. I don't think any of these other teams here really have a shot here. But I think if the Miami Heat are eventually gonna have a better record than us, so it pushes us down to 6. Hornets could end up better. Raptors for sure, so that will put us to 7. And then you got the Bulls, Hornets, and Pacers, and we're all going to be fighting for that 7-8 spot. So I think we will make the playoffs. I think we will secure a playoff spot, but at the worst case scenario, we will be in the play-in tournament, and that is going to be very interesting. And for me personally, it's going to be extremely nerve-wracking. But I think we can do it. We got discipline, man. That's something we didn't have the past few years with the past few coaches. Something we have now is discipline, and I'm looking forward to it, man. Whether it's a tight race all the way down the line to secure a playoff spot, or whether we run away with it somehow, some way, if we subvert all the expectations, and I think people are expecting us to kind of fall off after the All-Star break. As long as we don't shit the bed completely down the stretch in the regular season, as long as we don't finish like freaking with eight more wins, okay, that's all I want to avoid. If we can put ourselves in position to make the playoffs, to me personally, that will be extremely promising. And if we do make the playoffs, I might cream my pants. All right, so let me know what you think in the comment section below. Knicks fans, non-Knicks fans alike, do you think we're going to make the playoffs? If not, who is going to make it over us? Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.